All this talk about European football and not one mention of the cups. Let's give this a right go. Crystal Palace match preview. Welcome back to another video on the channel, Newcastle fans, you lovely people. Everyone who's watching, I don't know you, but you are a lovely person if you support Newcastle. And what a time to support Newcastle at the moment as well. If you are new to this channel, drop down, give us one of these. Just a little thumbs up goes a long way. Yes, I get sick of asking that, but I've got to do it because it gets us in that algorithm. Hit the subscribe button if you like this video now, maybe at the end of it, if you've stuck around that long. And as always, get us on all social media, Black and White Banter, all one word. The Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks, the Twitters. Go on, do it. Do it. Now, the Cups are back, and one thing that I don't think has been talked about enough on TalkSport, on Sky Sports, on BT, in every newspaper, by every fan base, all of the talk for so long has been about European football this year. Wow. And it's amazing, you know, on the back of the results we've had recently, yes, it's fantastic. We're third in the league at the moment, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I'm still on a high from the Southampton game. I still haven't caught up on sleep from the Southampton game, I don't think, as I'm doing this video. That's why my voice sounds a little bit croaky. But one thing that hasn't been talked about enough, maybe because they haven't been around, because, you know, it's been a while since that Tranmere game in the second round, is the cup competitions. Now, what we are starting to see here develop is a Newcastle team that's one of the best I've seen in my lifetime. It really is, and this season has surpassed any kind of expectation. And we've got an absolutely rock-solid defence. We've got an attack that's just getting better and better and better. We've got an intensity that is unmatched in the Premier League at the moment, which is only one team's been able to beat us. And yes, European football absolutely drives me frothy at the mouth with excitement. The thought of European away days, whether it's the Conference League, the Europa League, or dare I even say the Champions League. But why is no one talking about these cup competitions? We've had an absolutely awful time of things in the Cups under Mike Ashley's tenure. They were never a priority. Managers, I don't know whether they were told to not make it a priority or just didn't want to because of the constant fight against relegation. Not this team and not this manager. And cups like the League Cup, the Carabao Cup as we have to call it, are just a fantastic opportunity to really, really push on. Even if we got to a semi-final, just a trip to Wembley, and then you've got the FA Cup in January. That'll rear its head quite quickly after the World Cup break. And this game on Wednesday against Crystal Palace for me is huge. It really is. Let's give these cup competitions a serious go. And I've never felt more confident. I know Eddie Howe's already had a bad experience with cups with the Cambridge game at the start of the year, very early when he was in charge last January. That was one of his worst results, probably his worst result at St.James Park since he's been in the job. And he did put a strong team out that day, and things just did not go right at all against them minnows. No disrespect to Cambridge, of course, but this is a Premier League team, which I think sometimes helps, because there's no we should win mentality going into the game. We're the favourites. It's home. It's a sellout. I mean, that tells you where our fan base is with this club at the moment. A sellout in the third round of the Cup. I've never seen that in my life. I really haven't. So I'm excited to get into St. James's Park and get to this game. But there's a lot of people talking about Eddie Howe making a lot of changes, and I don't want to see that. A couple of lads said to me in the aftermath of the Southampton game, who do you think will come in? I'd like to see the Manquillos, the Lascelles, the Andersons. No, I don't want that at all. You've got to remember, Newcastle fans, we have a break for a month as of Saturday. As soon as that Chelsea game is done and dusted, the players are off for a long time with no competitive football. We have 2 games in 3 days, Palace and Chelsea, 2 hard games, both at home though, which is good. Let's go full strength. Let's keep this momentum going. Yes, maybe make a couple of changes, like I would like to see Shelvey come in, because we know what Shelvey can do, and I've got no doubts about it. His fitness levels will be up there. I would maybe bring in Fraser, who hasn't had much game time recently, maybe for Murphy, who obviously started. St. Maximin hasn't started a football match for a very long time now, and he's a very good player. But I wouldn't be changing the full team. I wouldn't be going a weaker goalkeeper. I wouldn't be going Manquillo right back all the way through. And again, Matt Target is another one I would look to bring in. So yes, I'm saying that. I would make a couple of changes, but I certainly wouldn't be looking for almost 8, 9 changes, which I know we have the squad to do that now, because you could go Chris Wood up front, Elliot Anderson, Shelvey, Fraser, Lascelles, Manquillo, Darlow, dare I say Carrius, our other goalkeeper that we brought in. But I wouldn't do that. Don't do that, please, Eddie. I have full faith in the man. I absolutely adore the man. But I really hope he keeps the momentum of this team going, that's just scoring goals for fun and conceding none at the other end, because I am so desperate for a cup. Like, you offer me now a cup or a cup final or a European place, I am taking the cup final every single day of the week. It's what I thrive for. It's what I support my football club for, to see us hopefully win something. I think I heard today the last time we won something was the same year that the man landed on the moon. So let's go after Crystal Palace. We can beat these. We should have beat them earlier in the season. Yes, they're dangerous. Will they go full strength? I'm not so sure, with it only being the third round of the Cup, and they're thinking about the game at the weekend as well. So we might be playing a slightly weakened Palace team. I think every team makes changes at this stage, but let's go after them. I've got no doubts about it. We're going to get a result. I would like to hope it doesn't go to penalties, because I cannot handle standing in that stadium watching penalties. It's my worst thing. I love watching penalties when it's not my team, but my God, it is awful. Still get shivers down my spine of Partizan Belgrade Champions League qualifier back in 2004 when Shearer missed that night. Oh God! But I am backing us to win. Scoreline, I'm going to go for. I'm just going to scrape a 1-0. I think these cup games, if we do make changes, it's not going to be the free-flowing Newcastle we've maybe been used to. But I think we'll have enough in the tank. If players like Maximin come in and your Shelvies, who all want more game time, I think we'll get over the line in this one. And I'd love to be in that fourth round hat. I'd absolutely love nothing more than to be in that hat, which is why I'm so desperate to see the team stay the same. Maggie's gone for a draw in this one, so Maggie's actually predicting us to go to penalties. She cannot really call it any further than that, but she's actually gone for a draw in the 90 minutes. So she's not as confident this one, maybe fancies a scrappy cup tie, but I am going for a win, and I'll go first scorer, St. Maximin, because I do think he's going to start. That's who I'll back as well. If you are new to Black and White Band Newcastle fans, drop down, let us know what your thoughts on the cup are. Would you make loads of changes like a lot of people have talked about, like they'd like to see? Would you bring in the Andersons, the Lascelles, the Darlows maybe? Just let me know in the comments. I love seeing them pop up. And if you've lasted this far in the video, drop down, give us a like, give us a cheeky subscribe, and let us know whether we are going to be in the hat for the fourth round. Because my God, I certainly hope so. So I'll touch down. I'll try and do a match vlog on Wednesday night. Speak to some fans, hopefully before, normally after the game, with it being an evening one. And I'll see you on the next video, where hopefully Eddie Howe's Mags are in the cup draw for the fourth round and a step closer to Wembley. Imagine that. We already fly in European football and a trip to Wembley. You wouldn't bet against it, would you, with this team? I'll see you on the next video. How are the lads?